Have you ever wanted to partner with Navigate and I podcast and feature your brand on our episode? Make sure to send us an email at navigateandipodcast@gmail.com and let's partner together. We have different tiers that can help you become successful. Make sure to hit us up and we'll catch you in the email. On to the episode. Hello, everybody. It's Annika Laquette here, the host and creator of Navigate and I podcast. And if you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click notification bell so that you will not miss any of our episodes. And if you are a return subscriber, hey, undeniable. Y'all, I am so excited to have this person on with us today. I have Frederick. Hey.
How you doing? Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Excuse me. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you. So tell us a little bit about yourself for those who do not know.
My name is Frederick Brown. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I own and operate a cigar accessories company, Sarelix Accessories, LLC. We sell cigar accessories such as travel humidors. We have wine bags. We have travel cases that are all related to the cigar world.
Ooh, come on now. I like that. How'd you come up with the name? I like that.
So it's a combination of my wife and my name. You know, she had been there for me when I was even thinking about it. She had kind of put the bug in my ear to do it, since I'm, she's like, when I first started smoking cigars more on a regular, one of my friends had just given me a cigar case, and she was like, "That's nice." And she was like, "Maybe you should start selling your own." And I never thought of it. I said, "Yeah, all right, whatever." And I had found one that I bought, and I thought it was really nice because I'd never seen anybody with it. And people were like, "You sell those?" And then I was like, "Okay, yeah, I got to do this." I said, "No," but then that kind of just gave me more of the idea. And once I just took some time to study, look at where I could get it, because I don't want to get it at the same places everybody else has it. I wanted to be able to offer something that nobody else has. So I looked, at U.S. vendors, foreign vendors and things like that. So when I first started out, I started out with a simple case, that held 3 cigars and everything, and it did really well. And then I had gone through a few other vendors, and some worked out, some didn't. And the vendors that I work with now, they're from Italy, and they are amazing. They make sure things are taken care of, and I've been loving it ever since.
Okay, I love that. And it's the wife for me, okay? Because she sounds very supportive of your dreams, which is a great thing. I love that.
100%.
So big shout out to her, okay? Yes, I love that. So take us back to 2009. What was it about cigars that really pulled you in? And at what point did that passion become a business vision?
So when the first time I didn't know I was going to a cigar lounge. A friend of mine had she had a networking event. And when I went, I saw all black people. And I never thought, black people smoke cigars, because, you watch all those movies, you see these big white dudes that, smoking a cigar after some big deal or something like that, or sports.
Right.
And it felt good. And I had my first cigar, which was of my father. And what wasn't told to me is you don't inhale.
Right. I heard about that.
So if you ever smoke a cigar and you come with somebody and they tell you, your friends don't remind you not to inhale, get some new friends. Okay. So, so I took a puff, and it went down the wrong way, and I'm crying, I'm coughing and crying, and, everybody gave me like a clap, they clapped for me, gave me a standing ovation. They told me I lost my cigar virginity. So, everything is good. So I learned better the second time around. And it's just, I guess the feeling that I get from it is, and anybody will tell you, when you smoke a cigar, that's your time to decompress. It don't matter. You worked 16 hours. You ain't got no food. You come home to no food ready. There's, somebody left a little bit of water in the jug. You smoke a
Right.
cigar, all those problems go away, even for that little time. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And I think anybody that smokes cigars will tell you the same. And it's just a way to relax, and then just okay. I'll put my problems aside just for this hour or 2 hours, and then when I'm done, I'll go back to the real world.
Right. Yeah. I have seen, like you said, men really like do the cigars like in business deals.
Yes,
Um and also like just to decompress as well with their
yes,
homeboys or just chilling or whatever. So that's very interesting that you said that. And a lot of people they know they was wrong for that, not telling you about not to inhale because I heard about that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's mean.
yeah.
That's really mean. It's cool. Yeah, I get you. So in your opinion, what does being a true cigar connoisseur represent beyond just smoking cigars?
I guess you gotta have you have to have a taste for, I guess, your palate, because
Okay.
when you smoke cigars, the first thing is it's on your lips. You feel
Uh-huh.
it on your lips, and then when you puff, you hold it in your mouth, and then you blow it out. So it's on your
Okay.
tongue. So you are able to taste like a lot of cigars. So there's different levels. There's the small, like light body, medium, and full.
Hmm.
The light it all goes by tobacco. So if it's the lighter
Okay.
tobacco, the less strength it has. Okay, if it's a medium, it's a darker. It's like coffee beans. If you want to compare it to
Okay.
coffee beans. So like
Right.
the cheap, the not cheap, but the lowest level of coffee beans, say for coffee, is like Dunkin'
Hmm.
Donuts. If you want
Okay.
to, you know, right? So
Yeah.
medium would be, say, not really Starbucks, because Starbucks actually is pretty good coffee. So
Hmm.
that's full body. Like if you want full body coffee, medium is like QT,
Okay. Come
which
on, QT.
QT actually makes good coffee, but that's another story. Anyway, um,
Hmm.
I think that if you could taste, like I could taste, if there's peppers, I've had like, when you have like people make flavored cigars. So a lot of times
Right.
traditionally flavored cigars, women like flavored cigars because cigars can traditionally be harsh
Hmm.
on the palate initially. So sometimes
I've heard
women
that.
will take a flavored cigar like a fat bottom Betty,
Okay.
and where it's easy to you a transition. It's easier transition to sweet than to a harsh or a stronger level cigar.
Okay.
I guess just being able to know the difference, to know the difference between a medium and a full and a light.
Right.
And being a connoisseur is able to tell what brands are good and what brands are not. I'm not gonna on camera say which are not, because one of those brands might had initially wanted me to represent them, so I'm gonna
Ooh.
keep my mouth closed. But
Okay.
those in the know. I'll leave
Right.
it at that.
Yes. Should know.
Yeah, you gotta
And
be sometimes,
you people there all the time, like you gonna block your blessing if you keep talking about other brands. Like you just never know.
because
That brand
they
probably
might
want to
just
tell
have
you.
wanted to work with you and then be like, oh really? This is how you feel, huh? Okay,
Right.
next.
Yep. And take a suggestion. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You take your suggestion. Yep. I agree. So you've built a luxury cigar accessories brand. What separates your luxury experience from a standard one?
I'm sorry. Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
You're fine. So you've built a luxury cigar brand.
Yes.
So luxury, yes. And for your accessories, what separates a luxury experience from your, standard experience?
So I would say just quality.
Okay.
My accessories come from Italy. They're not,
Hmm.
and no disrespect to anybody that buys from them. They're not Timu or Alibaba brand.
Right.
My all my stuff is hand stitched individually.
Okay.
They've actually sent me videos of them working on some of my orders. So I see what they
Right.
do. I see the process when they have the different pieces of leather that they got to put together, where they got to stamp
Hmm.
my logo on the case. So I see what they're doing, and I understand. Like my products range from $90 to $280.
Yes.
Initially starting out, I would have people say, "Oh, that's a nice cigar. That's a nice case, but I could get mine for $40 on Amazon." I have no problem with that. You know, it used at one point it bothered me.
Of course it
And,
did.
you know, but then I realized I'm not going to fault you if you can't afford it, because my
Right.
cases, like anything that is not a necessity, is a want, not a need. But if you're purchasing it, then you will surely understand the quality that you get in my products. So let me, if you wouldn't mind, I could show you one of them now.
Oh yeah, go ahead, please.
So this is the logo. So if you see,
that's
it
nice.
has my company logo on it.
Okay.
My orders are, if you can have your own logo. I could customize your own logo free of charge. You could have your logo
Wow.
and your name free of charge. It comes with the price of purchase. With my case, as you can see, here you can put a lighter or cutter. Here is a case where you can put your credit cards, your cash. Pen. I have here is a poker. So the poker is so this is a poker. So what you could do is, for the poker, you could poke holes at the tip of the cigar where you're going to smoke. It allows you more air to come in, allows you to smoke. Also, this holds 3 cigars. I have a cedar casing in the back. It comes free with the cedar casing. And this runs $250.
Okay. Look at you. Okay. And you know what? The reason why I said wow about the logo is because some luxury brands don't, say, hey, let me put your logo on my product. So you saying that you could put someone else's logo on your product, that's really nice.
Well, from my point, I feel like that's selfish, because if you have your own business and you wanted to, I would respect, like, I still get most of my orders come with my logo. Now, you can also have it plain. I've had people say, I don't want any logo, I just want it plain. And I'm 100% with that. That's free as well. But when you have your own business and you want to market your own business, why not have me do it? I have no, because when they see your case with your logo, they're going to say, I wanted a case just like that, or in a different color with my logo. Who are you going to go to?
I get you.
So, being selfish, saying, oh, you got to have my logo on it, doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's going to come back to me in terms of either you appreciate what you got from me, or you you can refer somebody. You can feel proud enough or confident enough to say, you know what, this is a great product. I really appreciate what he did. I'm going to refer this to my friends or my colleagues who have their own businesses that might want this. And that says a lot to me. That says a lot for me.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because you're right. I like that. Not thinking like as a selfish way, but when people say, hey, I want my logo on something, and they talk to you and you say, I can do it. And yeah, that's really good. Okay. Because in my head, because I'm also a business owner, because I was like, okay, I don't know if you wanted to upcharge if you put somebody else's logo on your stuff.
No.
But you said free of charge because they're already paying for the luxury of your product. So that's really good.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. That's really cool. So what were some of the earliest challenges that you faced when launching your brand?
Initially, it was, so I have a thing where I say, and it's not in a bad way, I don't expect my friends and family to support me. And I think that's, and it's not from a point where I don't think that they don't want to or whatever, but I understand, if they have other things going on, I have no expectations of them helping me. If they do, that's great. If they don't, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, it's on me. I think when I first started out, my first case ever, I sold for $120. And that's when I was getting it's really nice, but I could get the same thing or something similar on thing. And I think that became an issue with me, and it really irked me. And I think
Right.
I was traveling because I also I'm a real estate investor when I can. I was
Okay.
in St. Louis, and I had gone to a cigar lounge, and I had taken some pictures of me in St. Louis. And I think at that point was when people started saying, "Wait, aren't you in New York?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm in St. Louis now. I'm doing business."
Mhm.
Oh,
Right.
so I guess sometimes you have to get validated, or something has to validate your product. Like, say for me, going to the same cigar lounge all the time doesn't always work, because that's where at the
Mhm.
time I was going to one or two cigar lounges in the area. But I think when people saw that I was somewhere else, and then when I went a few weeks after that, I was in California, people were like, "Oh,
Mhm.
okay." So then, okay, then started, I started seeing sales going around, because I would big
Right.
up, I would big up the cigar lounge that I was at. Yo, these people are great. You know what I mean? And it was the truth.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
was at Drove in Inglewood, and I was like, "Yo, I love it out here." Blah blah blah. Then I noticed people from LA, people that I had met there, had purchased. So once you
Okay.
start getting, I think sometimes you have to be validated by something outside your control to get things
Mhm.
going. Um, but before that, it was I post pictures and me smoking and stuff like that. And I think, like, any business, you're gonna have growing pains, but you gotta,
That's
stick it
true.
out, and you love what you do, you're gonna be fine. Even if you don't get, and I say to people all the time, if you want 100 and you do everything you can, and you only finish with
Mhm.
89, you can still look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, at least I did my best. And then whatever
Mm.
happens out of it happens. And that's how I feel. Because I tell people all the time, like, I'm not, my sales are consistent, but they're not continually consistent. It is not
Right.
unheard of for me to go a month and a half. I think the longest I ever went without a sale was like 2.5 months. But
Mhm.
I still have to press along, because there's
Yep.
always,
Sure.
I always say, there's somebody that has never heard of me. That if
Yep.
I don't post, if I say I'm not going to post today, nothing's going to happen. I'm missing out on
Mm.
somebody that's from Brooklyn that never heard of me. That's from Queens or from Alaska. I mean, and
Yep.
you know, um, I've had the pleasure of saying that I've had a sale in 47 of the 50 states.
Oh, that's good.
And
I like that.
because I think when I got my first one, I got a sale in Alaska.
Mm.
I'm like, Alaska? I said, okay, I know I've arrived. So,
You're
um,
like, oh, I made it. I'm big now.
Mama, I made it. You know what I mean? So, it just feels it feels great. But I know sometimes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, man, like, what's going on? But I
Mhm.
love what I do, and it doesn't hurt that I love smoking cigars. So it makes it easier for me to just be like, okay, this will work out. I'll turn it around. You know?
Mhm. Yep. I agree with that. And this is really good. Like you said, 47 out of the 50. That's
Yeah,
come on now. That's amazing. A lot of businesses can't say that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And have you been in business since 2009, or
So
was it a
I
little bit later?
officially got into business. No, oh my God, no. What is this? 26? I officially
Yeah.
started the business in 23, middle of 23.
Hmm.
So I guess I was doing some other stuff, and
Right.
that kind of took my time. I was heavily invested in real estate. I was still
Mhm.
smoking cigars. Now, the me going back to the business, I was actually on Instagram. I was talking to this young lady, and she was a
Mhm.
consultant, and we were just talking. Because she said, I help people understand what their businesses are and stuff like that. And we were just talking, and she knew nothing about the cigar business. And I kind of broke it down to her. We talked, like, we had an hour, um, time slot, and I paid her for an extra 2 hours. I said, listen, I feel entrusted in you, where I'm going to work with you. So let's just let me just boom. I paid her for the next 2 hours. I explained the whole cigar experience to her, and she was kind of blown away.
Hmm.
And she said, you should sell your own stuff. And I was like, you know what? Years ago, my wife and another friend had told me about it. And I just, I never really thought of it too much. And now that's all I was focused on. And it's been like
Hmm.
that since. I'm happy of the progress that I've made. I understand, like I said, there have been some bumps along the road, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a thing because I'm here with you. So I was
Hmm.
been
Come
doing
on
something
now.
right, right?
Yes. Okay.
There you
And
go.
you're the first person on the show to talk about cigars, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm here with you.
Yes.
Yes.
And there you go.
I love that. Yes, I love that. And see, you know what? Going back to when you were saying that you want your friends and family to support you, but then you said, you know what, it's okay. A lot of people, even I, struggled with that
Hmm.
for a long time. And what advice would you give to business owners who think that their family and friends should be supporting them?
Don't,
Hmm.
because maybe they can't,
Right.
and maybe it's the pride that they say, listen, I can't. You know what I mean? Like I would say that also depending on the product that you're selling. You
Hmm.
know, if you're selling, iPods or whatever, that's something that normally they can't use. Now, if you
Yeah.
own a grocery store or a supermarket, you
Hmm.
better be at my, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if it's something that
You
they
know you
can,
need groceries.
yeah, hey, listen,
Hmm.
I own a corner store. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
at the minimum, you better get a cup of coffee or get your morning breakfast, your bacon, egg, and cheese at my spot
Hmm.
or something. But I mean,
Right.
sometimes people, those that you love the most or care about the most, they have no use for your product. And I mean, I understand
Hmm.
once or twice, or if you have an event, they go and stuff like that. But in terms of the
Yeah.
actual product, you kind of have to understand if they can't support.
Yeah. I get it. Yep. Listen up, y'all. Okay, listen up, y'all.
Yes,
Some of your family and friends cannot support your brand, but it's going to be okay because you're not
exactly.
supposed to be marketing to them anyway,
Yes.
right? You're marketing to people who do not know you. And let me tell you, they're the ones who are the most supportive.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
just get yourself out there. I agree. Okay.
I'll give you 5 seconds to send us an email saying that you want to be a partner with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
So, when designing your actual accessories for the cigars, what matters most? Functionality, aesthetics, or experience?
Ooh,
Hmm. Think about it.
that's a very good question. I would say they're all, if I try to mix all together. So like
Okay.
my cases come in about 40 different colors.
Hmm.
So I have one guy in Houston. He bought six of
Okay.
my cigar. He bought six of my cigar cases, like this one. He bought it in
Ooh,
green.
okay.
He bought it in
Ooh,
green, red, yellow,
okay.
orange,
Hmm.
blue, and gray.
That sounds
And he
pretty.
bought them based on his outfits.
Uh, that's a good looking man. I know that man look good with his
And
outfits.
when
Oh, come on now.
when he said when he would, because he bought one, and he sent me a picture. He was like, yo, he sent me a picture. It matched his
Mhm.
sneakers, and I was like, yo, that's fly. And then
Right.
he bought a gray one, and he just kept buying them, and he would buy them with his clothes during the summer. And when he would buy them, I noticed that I was getting more sales in Texas, like in
Okay.
the Houston area. Houston, was it Frisco, I believe, and certain areas in Texas. And I was like, wow.
Hmm.
And what I did was with him, I sent him a discount link. I said, yo,
Okay.
you really looked out. Here's a 20% discount link. This is for you. But if you want to give to your boys or whatever, I won't, I can't really say nothing. That's my way of give to many people as you want.
Mhm.
And he
Right.
did. And he bought, that's when I think he bought the yellow one last with the discount link, and he sent it to some of his people. And that's one of the things that I do. Um, I feel like my accessories, because I have another one that's bigger that holds four, and it comes in all the
Okay.
same colors. It depends on your mood. I know a lot of women. I have one product, the Artisan Deluxe, and it has a handle on it. That's something a lot of women purchase because it holds 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger. It's like a purse, but
Yeah.
when you open it up, it has all the comforts of a cigar humidor and everything. And I truly believe my stuff satisfies all components of what a cigar smoker, be it they a novice or aficionado level, would want.
I like that. That's really good. You need to add pink, okay? That's my favorite color.
I'll send you a link. I'll send you a discount link too. Don't worry about it.
Yes, that's really cute because I love like collecting some of my guest things. I have a few of my guest gifts anyway, but that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, come on now.
I'll send it to you.
So,
You want to send to your viewers and listeners.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Matter of fact, give me a discount code. We could talk about this after
I'll
that.
send it to you.
Jarvell, edit this part out. But yeah, send that, and then I'm gonna put it in the caption so people can, buy from you. Yes, sir. I love that. So, how has being a part of the cigar community impacted your life?
How has being a cigar smoker impacted my life?
Yes, like how being a part of the community. How has it impacted your life?
I think the biggest thing is that I've gotten to meet some of the best people, the nicest people, that I would say, I've always had a thing where I've always thought where my true friends were, say, from kindergarten, high school, and college. I never thought that I would find really like true friends, people that, after that, because I think you get a certain point, you like, okay, we good. But meeting really, really amazing people. Now, I'm not saying every good person smokes cigars, or every person that smokes cigars is good, because I've met a few a-holes, to say the least. But I would say for the majority, a lot of them are the nicest people that, I go to, I go to smoke, I go to decompress, we laugh, joke, just have a good time. We enjoy each other's company. We just, and everybody. So the cigar lifestyle is not cheap. Let's get that.
I believe it.
Very, very straight. You could, it weeds out the people, not so much that can't afford it, but yes, cannot afford it and don't want to continue it. Because at a certain point, you're spending, there's people that smoke every day. I would say I smoke about 4-5 times a week.
Okay.
So average cigars, $15-$16. You carry the one, you know what I mean? So
I'm like, they're a little up there now.
So, there's people that do it when they can, and but I think that you meet also people that a lot of people that smoke cigars have businesses, or business owners, or they're retired. So you get to speak with people with a lot of different beliefs and symbolisms, and surprisingly, a lot of times you don't talk politics or religion, but you meet people that are 100% on 180 from you, on the opposite track of who you are. But there's some people that you can meet in the middle, and I think cigars allows that medium to not lose it. It's that buffer that you might go one way, I go the other way, but what we have in common is that we love cigars, and I think that allows for anything to be able to have like somewhat of a civilized conversation.
I love that. And I know that we talked about this earlier off camera, that you was using your studio Wi-Fi. So you have your own like business, like your whole building that's dedicated to cigars?
I have an office. I have an office. I've scaled down. There was a time when I was renting out a office level, but it just didn't make sense to, because most of my business is online. And so I have an office where I go to, to get my mail, things of that nature for business purposes.
Right.
But I more or less work from home. So what I do is two ways. Like if you order something, I contact the vendor, they order it, or like say summertime, I do a lot of pop-up events. So I'll order from the vendor to keep at my house. So I'll have stuff
Right.
that when I need to go do an event, it's there, it's done, boom.
Okay.
So I have on hand, or I even leave at my office.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
I like that. The reason why I asked that because I thought that people could like come up to your building and be like, "Hey, I want to purchase this," on hand. But yes, okay, he said no. Okay, don't come to him, y'all. Period.
Yes.
Okay. So when people hear your brand's name years from now, what do you want your brand to represent?
I want them to say, let's say if you're 72 years old and you're in your rocking chair and you don't remember your kid's name, but my name of my cigar cases come up, you could be like, I remember I had me a green case, and man, that was the best cigar case I ever had, man. I had so many people tell me how much they love it. I would say this, one of the things that's really important to me is the customer service that I presented, and
Right.
the words of encouragement from clients who, let's say I've had a few times where order got delayed, because I always tell people, please expect 2 to 3 weeks, because generally it's
Right.
2 weeks. I've had it extended where it was longer, and I would say, okay, well, listen, when it comes, there have been times when I would return their money in whole, and they would still get the case, or I would give them like a 50% discount link, and they would get it. You know what I mean? So it's not where, and they would thank me for that. They would say, the service was great, or like, let's say if something happened, it's been 1 or 2 times when their product got delayed, and I said, I had product at home, so I would say, you know what, I know you ordered a gray, I have a green, or I have a blue. Can I send that to you instead? And if you get the gray, now you got 2. You would do that? I'm like, yes, not a problem. And I know, you get a great review, because I always say, man, you don't want a bad review.
No.
Because there's people spend $250 on my stuff. If they look on my review and they see all these great ones and they see that one bad one, that's just you're giving a reason not to buy my stuff. And I don't want that.
One reason.
Yeah. And all it takes is one.
Yep, that's it. So that's good that you said that. Have good reviews. Customer service is a good thing.
Yes.
Whatever business that you're a part of, customer service. So
take care of the problem early instead of delaying it or not getting back to them, because I think it's disrespectful. And when people feel disrespected, especially when it comes to their money, they're going to take action.
Okay, I get it. I completely understand that. So, do you have like any upcoming events or projects you're working on right now?
Well, today, actually, at Crown Cigar Lounge in Brooklyn, I am doing a cigar tutorial with one of the owners, Mike, where there's a group of women who have never smoked cigars, so we're going to tell them about the ins and outs, what not to do, what to do. First thing I'm going to tell them is don't inhale.
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
So I'm going to have my cases there, in the case that they're interested in purchasing. I have a bunch of summer events coming up this summer that I'm going to be working on in Brooklyn, Queens, and I'm talking about 1 or 2 in Atlanta that I'm looking at doing. I think it's going to be great. I'm just looking forward to it, and hopefully this weather is more consistent than it is. And that's it. I just want to build my brand. I want people to be happy. I feel a lot of pride when I see people with my stuff, and great pride.
I love that. I'm so happy for you. And lastly, give yourself a huge shout out. Tell everyone where they can follow you, support you, get your brand and everything.
I am at Sarelix Cigar Cases on Instagram. Just follow me there, and then you could go from there. The link to my website, my company website, is right on there, so you can always find me. The same on Facebook, I believe. And just thank you. I hope that I found some new people that give me a try, and definitely support this young lady here. She's amazing. And thank you very much for everything. I really appreciate being here.
You're welcome. And I just want to thank you because, yes, that's amazing. Now I know a little bit more about cigars that I didn't know and the accessories. So that's really smart. I love that.
Okay.
And shout out to your wife for supporting you and telling you to do this.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Shout out to her.
Yes.
So, yes, I want to thank you so much for coming on Never Gave Denied podcast today.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. And remember, yes, life was delayed, but it never gave denied. I'm your host, Annika Laquette, and you just listened to Never Gave Denied podcast with Frederick. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
I know you're not going to deny us a subscription. It's a whole new season and you're still playing. Click here to subscribe and click here for more episodes because we want to see you and become undeniable with us. Period.